Welcome to the desert in Jordan. These are the top places to see from around the world. What a wild ride the last decade has been. We've been to so many places that I had to come up with a list of the top 20 countries to see in 2020. This list includes beyond belief untouched wild nature, European castles, deserts, steep mountains, and incredible luxury destinations. I wanted to come up with a list that could satisfy the demands of every traveler, and I think we've made that here. Make sure to share this list with your friends and family who love travel in 2020 and want to go somewhere new. First up is Indonesia. It is a country of over 17,000 islands with some of the most beautiful terrain you'll ever see. For the off-the-beaten-path traveler, I recommend East Java. It is the home to amazing volcanoes that you can even go inside and explore. Untouched nature and one of the world's most incredible waterfalls. Picture Niagara Falls 500 years ago. For those that want something more established, Bali is perfect. If you want to feel like you're staying in LA, Bali has those vibes. Or a short ride away are surfing beaches, rice terraces, and northern mountain ranges. In terms of cost, Indonesia has a great mix of budget and luxury accommodation, so any budget can afford it. Number 2 is Peru. Peru quickly snuck up on me as one of my all-time favorite travel destinations. With its vastly varying landscapes, foods, and culture, there is so much to explore in one country. Whether you want to spend a week here or a couple months, there is so much to see. My top recommendations for Peru are Cusco, a beautiful old city to use as a base as you explore Machu Picchu and other snow-capped mountain ranges. Next is Huacachina Oasis. As someone who grew up in Canada, exploring the sand dunes was so surreal. Whether you're there to relax in the endless sea of sand or go for an adrenaline-fueled dune buggy ride, Huacachina is a must-do destination in Peru. If you've got a bit more time, I'd recommend visiting the Amazon jungle and the white volcanic city of Arequipa. Number 3 is Jordan. A lot of people don't consider Jordan because it is in the Middle East, but with a more open culture and the influence of the Roman Empire, it is a great first place to explore in the Middle East. Not only do you get to explore modern Middle Eastern culture with incredible food, Jordan highlights include Roman ruins in Amman, the world-famous Dead Sea and its incredible floating and healing powers, the ancient and world wonder city of Petra, and of course heading to Wadi Rum Desert, Hollywood's Mars set. There you can explore the red landscape in 4x4 trucks, or feel like you're in the movie The Martian and stay in a bubble hotel. If European cities are more your style and you want an affordable mix of Gothic architecture, good food, and so much beer, Prague is your next destination. Even though the main language is Czech, many people speak English and they are so friendly. This city has an amazing metro system to take you to its many historic sites, and in the evenings settle in for some of the most delicious and affordable beer in Europe. If you're feeling adventurous, why not try out one of their many beer spas? If you want to find a hidden travel oasis, Sri Lanka is a beautiful place to explore. Head down south to Gal Fort for a more European feel and some beautiful beaches. Or if you want some untouched wild nature, head up north to Drambula and stay with a local family and live on a rice terrace. Then head up to a wild elephant safari. This to date was one of my favorite travel experiences. After that, explore the famous city of Kandy and take the train to Ella. Whether you're talking adventure travel or seeing something out of Lord of the Rings, New Zealand is high on so many people's lists, and for good reason. I had the privilege of living here for 6 months, and in that time, I was able to see almost everything New Zealand has to offer. The North Island is incredible for luscious green fields of rolling hills, amazing volcanoes, and natural hot springs. You can even explore the black sand beaches of the west or go sandboarding up north. The South Island is known for its epic mountain ranges. Go near winter season for extreme mountain climbing, or go in summer to see the 8th wonder of the world, Milford Sound. Whether you're a fan of wine regions, mountain biking, or driving some of the most incredibly scenic roads of your life, the South Island is the place to be. In terms of travel time, I'd recommend spending about 2 weeks to a month to see a wide variety, but more time if you can spare it. Number 7 is probably one of the most friendly countries in the world, and that is the Philippines. The Philippines is a great destination for first-time travelers as there are so many organized tours and almost everyone speaks English. It is also another one of those destinations that can be done for super cheap or more expensive if you're a luxury traveler. Come to the Philippines to explore places like El Nido and Coron that have some of the most incredible limestone cliffs with the clearest and bluest water. Here you can also find world-famous snorkeling and diving among coral reefs and shipwrecks. If you want something more off the beaten path, I recommend heading way down south to the small tropical island of Siargao. It is known for having more of a slower pace, stunning coconut palm forests, surfing, and some of the most stunning aerial views. but below the water, it also has beautiful reefs and stunning jellyfish that can't sting you. If you've got a little extra time, make sure to check out Sikihor and Apo Island for relaxed island life and sea turtles. For those of you who want to see something you haven't seen before in North America, check out this North Atlantic paradise in Newfoundland, Canada. This place is kind of like Ireland and Norway had a baby. I recommend coming here in the summer season to check out its famous icebergs, lighthouses, and stunning night sky. It also has beautiful mountain ranges, national parks, and is your perfect destination to pick wild berries. Newfoundland is also world famous for its witty humor and incredibly welcoming and hospitable people. And if you want to get out on the ocean, take a schooner tour to see wild Atlantic puffins and whales. If you like mystical fairy tale castles and incredible rolling hills in the countryside, Bavaria in Germany is your next top travel destination. Whether you only have a couple days or a full week, take your time driving through this beautiful landscape. As you drive through these rolling hills, you are surrounded by the Alps in the distance, and along the way, a few stunning fairy tale castles. Best of all, you can even stop and go inside and have your own fairy tale experience. One thing to note though, cameras are banned in all castles and you have to check them at lockers at the door. And yes, unfortunately, that even includes cell phones. Once you're done castle hopping, if you have time, head south and drive through the Southern Alps, or head up north to Munich and check out some local surfing, beautiful architecture, and an amazing city park. Another place with beautiful mountains, delicious food, and fun architecture is Europe's hidden gem, and that is Georgia. Georgia gets portrayed in mainstream media as a conflict zone with Russia, but what you don't see is how amazing it is on the ground. Whether you love wine or delicious food, this place is for you. They trace the roots back on wine culture and believe wine was first discovered here. Another thing you can't miss are its delicious soup dumplings called kinkali. They're one of the best snack foods I've ever had. Be sure to take a Georgian cooking class like this one to learn how to make them. After exploring around the capital of Tbilisi, make your way over to the town of Batumi, where new modern architecture is taking over. Check out some nightlife, drink wine, or head up the coast to Georgia's hidden gem. That is the incredible Paragraph Hotel. When not in peak season, you can get rooms starting at $100, making it the most affordable luxury hotel in the world. This place is situated on the Black Sea and is known for its 150-meter swimming pool, indoor water park, rainforest, multiple restaurants and bars, luxury spa, tennis courts, and giant aquarium. If you've got time to fly to the other side of the world or are country hopping around Asia, I really recommend South Korea. Seoul is a very modern, high-tech city with very old and traditional roots. Come to Korea for amazing nightlife, crazy soju drinking culture, and mouth-watering food. Going to Korean barbecue restaurants was one of my favorite things. They also have a wide variety of delicious street food. Explore popular districts like Gangnam, check out their extravagant malls, or take it back a couple hundred years and dress up and go for tea in Bukchon Hanok Village. If you've got more time, take the train south to Busan for beautiful views and another iconic city. Home of a green paradise in the north of the United Kingdom lies Scotland, one of my favorite destinations of last year. Explore the old-style cities and castles of Edinburgh and Glasgow, then head up north to one of the most stunning small islands I've ever seen, Isle of Skye. Here there are incredible lush green mountains, fairy pools, staggering lighthouses, and for the Harry Potter fans, the Hogwarts Express Bridge. For amazing beaches, good surfing, tropical rainforests, orange deserts, and crazy animals, you have to check out Australia. Australia has a special place in my heart because I used to live there. Other than the main cities and tourist spots, I highly recommend checking out Fraser Island. It is a full sand island just off the coast of the mainland near Brisbane. You can take a 2 to 4 day adventure with 4x4 trucks and experience some of the most incredible night skies, bluest water, sea turtles, shipwrecks, and a natural lazy river. This is probably my all-time favorite 3-day trip. While in that area, check out Surfer's Paradise for a wild nightlife, or head over to Byron Bay for chill vibes and surf culture. If you're going south, be sure to check out the Great Ocean Road below Melbourne. And finally, if you have time, rent a camper van and drive through the outback from Alice Springs to Uluru, Kings Canyon, and Valley of the Four Winds. For those wanting to see how the other side of the world lives, I recommend visiting India. While the culture can be very different than back home, I found the people very warm and inviting. It is a great place to explore, to see their incredible temples, learn about Hinduism, and try some of the most delicious curry in the world. For a more rustic, sandy feel, I recommend exploring North India, and if you'd like to see more coconut trees and rice terraces, I recommend South India. One thing to note though, there is a lot of culture shock with India, so I recommend it for a more seasoned traveler. but it's stunning nonetheless. If you like Eastern European vibes, you have to check out Budapest in Hungary. This place has incredible culture, thermal baths, the Danube River, and delicious food like goulash. Also, if you're a drinker, they have a very large beer culture. Budapest is unique because it is the city split in two by the Danube River and has the old castle side of Buda and the new, more modern inner city of Pest. Splitting these two halves is the famous chain bridge. Also, you can't leave Budapest before trying one of its 12 medicinal thermal baths. For those of you national park lovers, I highly recommend checking out Yosemite in the USA. Whether you're into rock climbing or not, this park has something for everyone. With hikes ranging from wheelchair accessible to expert, there is so much to choose from. While staying here, you can pack your own tent or stay in a cabin. One of my favorite things to do at night is watch the little twinkling lights from above as climbers scale El Capitan. If you love tapas and castles, you have to travel Spain. Spain is such an amazing road trip country. I recommend starting up in Madrid to explore the capital city and then heading down south, driving through the mountains and olive orchards on your way to see old castles, Roman cities like Cordoba, and driving down to Granada to see the stunning Alhambra Palace. From there, you can check out coastal cities like Malaga and Marbella, and then continue the adventure on a multiple-day trip up the east coast to see Valencia and then end in Barcelona. For Country 18, I'm going to share a little layover hack I use. Let's say you're going from one destination to another with a major hub in between. For instance, Hong Kong to Australia with a layover in KL. Instead of just buying the ticket from Hong Kong straight to Australia, buy it in two separate legs. That way, for roughly about the same price, you get a free 24 to 48 hour trip in a new destination. For this trick, I recommend Malaysia. So many airlines stop in KL, so this is a great place to do it. While here, make sure to check out the incredible Hindu temple, Batu Caves. Here you explore an incredible colorful cave temple complete with statues and monkeys. I hope you like stairs. Next would have to be staying at a place like Regalia Residence, where for $25 a night you can have an infinity pool with a view to the Petronas Twin Towers. For the penultimate country, I recommend Vietnam. Vietnam has so many incredible sights and it is really easy to get around. My favorite stops were Hoi An to see the beautiful lantern culture, as well as Hanoi for street food and Ha Long Bay for its stunning views. If you can take an overnight boat cruise, being there for sunset and sunrise was incredible. If you have a bit more time, head up north to Sapa. It's Vietnam's northern hidden gem. And of course, with any trip in Vietnam, you're always spoiled with delicious choices for food. For the final country on this list, I recommend Egypt. It was so incredible to step back in time and see the pyramids and the tombs of ancient Egypt. I recommend about a week to see the top highlights. My favorites were the Museum of Egypt in Cairo, Pyramids of Giza, Valley of the Kings, Luxor Temple, and the road to Aswan. If you've got the time to spend a few extra days in Aswan to unwind from the craziness of traveling Egypt, I recommend it. If you're up for having extra adventure on the way, I recommend taking the night train from Cairo to Luxor. You're not going to get a great sleep, but it's a great wild adventure that'll give you a story or two. Make sure to go to most destinations early in Egypt because by mid-morning there are lines everywhere. I hope you enjoyed this big list of travel destinations. Where do you want to go in 2020? If there's any help you need from this list below, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them. Be sure to stay tuned on my Instagram at Michael Makes Films because I'm about to go on a 5-week journey all around the world working for an Aussie TV show. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on my Instagram with stories and it's going to be one hell of a ride.